WBA Intercontinental Champion. He retained that title last weekend and is tipped to be one of the fighters of the future. He's currently unbeaten. His focus, though, wasn't always in the ring. The 28-year-old was mixed in street culture at the age of 15, was almost killed as well when he was stabbed in the chest at a party. He says that was a turning point which helped him to change his life. You are still unbeaten. You're the WBA Intercontinental Champion. How tough was that 10 rounds?
Yeah, it was a really tough 10 rounds. Props to Chris Smith. He came to win, but I just felt that I couldn't let anybody take what I've worked for and everything that I've earned from me. But we got the W, and we're moving on to bigger and better things.
And that's your biggest fight to date?
Yeah, that's my biggest fight, but every single fight was as important to get me to the stage.
I was reading an interview you did with our colleagues at Sky Sports, and you said to them, "I'll always use my life as an example so people can see the adversities I had to overcome to get to the position I'm in now." We referenced them a little bit in the introduction. Can you just tell us your backstory?
So I grew up in South East London, around the Wharf Road, Peckham area. I was involved in tons of trouble growing up. I grew up on the Elderly Estate, and the Elderly Estate is, you know, this low-income housing. When I came out my house, everything I saw was negative, pretty much. All the idols that we had around us were more drug dealers and people that were up to no good, pretty much. And I was just a product of my environment. It's just that plain and simple. I couldn't do any better because I didn't know any better. Finally, you know, I nearly lost my life, and somebody tried to rob me from my phone, and I ended up getting stabbed. I said no, and it's just more of a pride thing. It's more of a street credibility type of thing. And
how difficult is it to break out of that mindset?
Oh man, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that, it's very difficult. Just to kind of give you an idea, I had to listen, like, I didn't always speak like this. I spoke pure slang.
Sure. I
had to listen to LBC, James O'Brien for, let's say, a good 6 months to be able to conversate normally, because people didn't understand what I would say. After I kind of sat down and thought, just kind of looked at everything in retrospect, I realized that it's not going to end right, this type of lifestyle I'm living, and it's about time that I invest in my future. And then a friend of mine came up to me, his name is Yemi, and he used to show me a lot of boxing strategies, punches, and I didn't have a clue of how to throw a jab or even to defend myself.
So you'd never boxed before?
Never.
This
never,
was the
ever.
age of what age?
This is quite late. This was around 18.
Okay.
And I had my first fight at 19 years of age, amateur fight. So he came and he invited me down to the gym at Lynn ABC. Went there and I was just hooked. I kind of just fell in love with the sport. I had a few fights and I realized I got a real talent that needs to be nurtured.
Do you think it's getting better for kids who grew up in the kind of environment you grew up in? Yes
and no. Why I say yes is because there are people like myself that have stories and people like your organizations that will put me on these major platforms and telling my story to show people that, listen, there is hope and people have changed their lives, and it's just a matter of getting these stories out there because we have the power with our words because we've actually been through it.